Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zeta Live. I'm Megan Rose. I'm our VP of Marketing Communications here at Zeta. We're so excited to have you here today. We know that 2020 has been a challenging year for everyone. Our Zeta team put this virtual event together today with our customers and your biggest challenges of the year in mind. We wanted to create something truly impactful, designed by marketers and for marketers. We hope our thought-provoking sessions here today leave you feeling informed and inspired as we move toward the end of the year and into 2021. And with that, I'd like to introduce our Zeta CEO, co-founder and chairman, David A. Steinberg. Along with his co-founder, John Scully, who we'll hear more from later today, David founded Zeta in 2007 on the premise that big data would change marketing forever. That vision is held true more than ever today. And so, David, I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you, Megan. You did really an extraordinary job on this. And as I think we all know, we are living in extraordinary times. First of all, when we came up with this in 2007, the term big data didn't even exist. So we just felt like data, which was creating itself at a rate and being stored at a rate that was growing exponentially, was going to be the future of marketing and how companies were able to operate, not just for customer acquisition, but retention and monetization as well. And, quite frankly, we got very lucky that Moore's Law, Bezos's Law, and other things really accelerated and made the Zeta vision really come to case. Can we go to the first slide, please? Super excited today to have everybody here. When John and I founded the company, almost 14 years ago now, if you had told us we would be having our annual Zeta Live session with 500 plus attendees, the vast majority of which are global CMOs sitting in 68 different cities, 11 countries, 14 awesome speakers, and me, and 330 plus DoorDash lunches delivered. We'll plug DoorDash because they're one of our best clients and we love them. So very happy to send out lunch from them. But as Confucius said, may you be fortunate enough to live in interesting times. I'm not sure Confucius meant quite this interesting. If you look over the last 100 years, really three of the most extraordinary were first 1918, the great flu pandemic of the world, the Spanish flu. 1929, the Great Depression, single greatest drop in market history globally, also coupled with one of the largest food shortages in history in the United States, which was accompanied by the Dust Bowl. And then 1968, which really was the advent and the beginning of what became this great social rights movement, civil rights movement, in the United States, which, has ebbed and flowed through the years. And fortunately, this year it is flowing, right? We're seeing people who have been left behind and treated badly for many years fighting for equality. And, quite frankly, those three things coming together in 1 year, that is 2020, is just extraordinary. One of our largest global hubs, which is in Hyderabad, India, is also experiencing massive floods simultaneously to this. So I'm sort of like, what's next? Are the locusts coming? And then somebody reminded me it is a cicada year in the northern hemisphere of the world. So it's been quite a year. Next slide, please. So, this is an opportunity, right? I say regularly, never waste a crisis. Credited to Churchill, a number of people know that it was originally said by Machiavelli, but it is a quote that still resonates and rings through centuries. A crisis is the single biggest opportunity that individuals and corporations have to reinvent themselves and move forward. And one of the things we talk about at Zeta is A, never waste a crisis, and B, do the things that will allow us to emerge stronger. What does that mean for marketers? You have to move more quickly than ever before to adapt. 75% of business acceleration and creation is coming out of seamless customer experiences during the pandemic. one of the questions I get asked a lot is it just about the marketing, or is it about the data, or is it about my message? And really, never before has it been as much about all three. Next slide, please. So digital transformation has accelerated at a minimum 5 to 7 years because of COVID that wouldn't have happened without it. We're really talking about digitizing your business to reach high value customers, to really acquire, grow, and retain customers in a very, very profitable way. As we saw in the last slide, a lot of this is vertically focused. You know, if you're in the travel or hospitality business, you have different problems than if you're, running Zoom or Clorox right now, right? And a lot of us are in the middle of those two scenarios. So how do you effectively look at being more agile, making things more achievable, and really building so that you can emerge stronger? And a lot of this comes down to the data and your ability to build a return on investment model that will allow you to not just be building brand, but simultaneously building models around, if I invest $1, how do I build an attribution model that shows me I'm generating $2? Next slide, please. The world has changed, as has Zeta, right? So, if you look at us over the last number of years, we've really grown our team. We've really put very, very strong people into the organization. We're 1,300 global employees operating out of 26 offices on 4 continents. Now, the truth of the matter is we're really 1,400 people operating from 1,400 different locations on a normal day. I for one, am in New York City at our global headquarters today. It is literally the first time I have walked into this office in 9 months. And when I booted my Outlook up, it took about an hour to sing. But for the most part, we're all remote, right? And everybody is building this. So how do you build stronger relationships with you, our global clients? And that's really what we're here to do today. We're here to talk about what we can do for you. And if we're not doing enough for you, I want to hear from you personally. My email address is das@zetaglobal.com. And we are here to make sure we are delivering for our customers. And if we're not, what can we do better? Or what services do you require that we could probably roll out using our data and our AI to build stronger solutions? Next slide, please. So, just to give sort of the Zeta 20,000 foot, in 2007, if you had talked to us about, Amazon, Google, or Facebook, quite frankly, I don't think Facebook existed. Google had just gone public in 2004, and Amazon was just selling books. So we built this organization by putting data that is deterministic down to the individual at the core of our business versus what most companies really banked on was probabilistic data. We felt that deterministic data was going to be the future. I think it surprises people when they look at Amazon, Facebook, Google, Zeta, LinkedIn, and Twitter and see that we're bigger than Twitter. We're bigger than LinkedIn. It's something that still shocks people, but it's something that we felt was mission critical to our ability to deliver the right solutions and the right products to our consumers. Next slide, please. So what we're really doing is we're putting data at the heart of the business. We think of data as energy. People often say to me, how do you have the 4th largest data set in the world, but you don't sell your data to anyone at any price? We do it because we take that data, we use our artificial intelligence to build intent-based scores. What does somebody intend to do next? Do they intend to buy a product? Do they intend to churn off a platform? And those intent-based scores are driven out of our platform into an activation ecosystem. Unlike a lot of other organizations out there, we then do 100% of our own activation. We own the #1 email service provisioning business in the world. In fact, Forrester named us the #1, if you look at their charts, we are the furthest rightest marketing automation company right now in their most recent report. We're a top 5 global programmatic platform. We are a top 5 connected TV platform. We are one of the largest integrators into the social media marketing ecosystem in the world. And everything operates out of our own seamless user interface where it can activate across every single component of the omni-channel ecosystem in one place with one data set that cannot be purchased at any price. So by putting everything together and bundling the data in, we're able to deliver these solutions at a substantially lower cost than our competitors. If you look at buying the data from one party, activating through another party, using another party to do your data warehousing, all of it sits seamlessly inside of the Zeta ecosystem. Next slide, please. So, listen, here ends the Zeta infomercial. The real goal for today is to help our clients with some incredible speakers to really understand what is happening with this crazy time in which we exist. How can they benefit from the acceleration of digital? And really the combination of technologies and solutions has never been more valuable. Now, we think Zeta is the right organization to offer it, but there are other organizations that do, that are great. What really matters is, as a marketer today, you need to understand your metrics better than ever before. And companies that are solely focused on branding and tend to stick with analog marketing are in many cases going to be left behind. Next slide, please. So really, what's our objective for today? We want to provide you with insights and tools to improve your business performance. We want to do a deep dive on macro issues. And we have speakers like John Scully. We have some of the smartest minds in the world coming from Forrester. We have Heidi and David Spector, who are the co-founders of Third Love, which is one of the most innovative sort of direct-to-consumer companies out there. We're trying to make sure we're giving information to help you guys do a deep dive and impact your company in 2021 and emerge stronger. We want to introduce new developments from Zeta, which can strengthen how we work together because, listen, if we weren't pitching ourselves, we wouldn't be doing a service to our people. But as a part of what we're trying to deliver to you, it's what can we do to help you do this better? And what's the market look like, just for you? And how do you navigate it in a smarter way? And we want to initiate dialogue on how to ignite continuous improvements in our partnerships. And that's really important to us. We think of all of our clients as partners, and we really want to treat you that way. And I, by the way, know a number of the things we've done through this crazy time to benefit our clients where there was no bill involved. It was just, what, we can do it. Let's help everybody. Let's do this. That's what we're really looking at from a partnership perspective. And that's what we want to really come out of this crisis with. As we all emerge stronger, we want deeper and more meaningful partnerships with our clients and partners.